Hi!
We're Mangrove.
You're watching
liveprog.com.
Yes, at LiveProg we are happy finally to bring you some IQ. As you probably know, IQ celebrated the 25th anniversary of The Wake not too long ago. They did that with a very lush release, as you can see it. Yeah, 4 discs in a really beautiful collector's box with, of course, the Wake album and loads of bonus stuff. Now, beautiful release. Then they went on tour and they played the Wake in its entirety live. They played a selection of greatest hits. They played some great encores. Now, I hope you were there at those shows. I was, and I know, shame on me. For me it was the first time to see IQ finally live on stage, and well, I had the time of my life. Now, I was very happy when I heard that the show was recorded and there would be a live album. Now, this is it. And as you might see, well, it's not a... Oh, sorry. I have to get it good in front of the camera. As you probably can see, it's not a digipack, it's not a jewel case. I think it's called more well, a promo pack. But nevertheless, a very good registration of the concert. But hey, you saw video. How come? Well, that's the interesting part of this album. As you can see, I flip it open and, well, at this moment one of the discs is in my player. But there are 2 discs in it, so basically it's a double promo. And the nice thing is, I'll show it to you. If you have this release, you can fit it in nicely. Voila! Problem solved. So that might be the reason why they chose this packaging. But even if you don't have this one is still really good to have. And it has 2 selling points. Because as I said, you open it up. Selling point number 1, this one, CD, with the full Wake album live. Selling point number 2, this one, a DVD. Yes! Recorded by the Jan de Bond of Prague, John Vis, with his crew, so you can know for sure the pictures are good. Edited by Michael Holmes into a beautiful DVD with the entire Wake album live, plus 3 encores, well, and some bonus photo gallery. And then we have an option for me too, because I too have two options. I can make it a CD review, or I can make it a DVD review. Well, I chose for a DVD review. Why? Because then I can also include the encores, or at least one of them. So if you think this is going to be a long review, well, just know that there's a lot of music in it, and as a bonus, I'm adding one full track of this DVD at the end. So get ready for a lot of good IQ. Well, as I said, it was a brilliant show, and here's another excellent highlight from that show. Those parts, the introduction and this part you just saw, were of course from the first track of the album, Outer Limits, which is definitely one of my favorite tracks of this album. Well, IQ's been around for a long time. I mean, they celebrated the 25th anniversary of The Wake. I can remember that not too long ago, or at least in my mind, they had IQ 20, the DVD. Now, 25th anniversary of The Wake, and very soon, at the end of 2011, it's even IQ 30 already. So this band has quite a history, but they're still going strong, they're still making amazing music. Their latest studio album, Frequency, was fantastic. But even with the older material, it's really good that they play it, especially for people like me who discovered bands like IQ way past the original release, and when I wanted to order the album it wasn't available anymore, so I had to wait, of course, for the 25th anniversary release. Now, it was great to see the band live on stage in Holland. As you can see on the video, the venue was packed. It was in the Boerderij in Zoetermeer. Well, the Boerderij is of course the place to be when it comes to prog concerts, and IQ plays there quite a lot. So check out the boerderij.org website, well, for all the bands that play there. Now, another great moment of the show is the end of Outer Limits and the beginning of The Wake. Enjoy. course, when a band is existing as long as IQ is, they had their share of well, changes in personnel. A recent change was that drummer Paul Cook, after 23 years, decided to do something different. He left, Andy Edwards came in, and what do we see on stage? Paul Cook, because Andy left and Paul Cook is back. On keys, you noted of course that Martin Orford has left the band a few years already ago. Martin Orford left the band, unfortunately, a couple of years back. Mark Westworth from Darwin's Radio took his place. Well, he really played fantastic on the show. Well, you've seen a few examples and you will see several more. That's all kind of things that can happen with a band, but nevertheless the band keeps on going. And well, the driving force between IQ is of course Michael Holmes. Well, check him out on the Magic Roundabout. A very important person in every band is of course the singer, because well, he's at the center of the stage, he takes up the attention, and well, the way he sings, and especially also the way he moves on stage or performs on stage, it's very important for a band, especially in a live setting. Now, I find Peter Nichols an excellent singer and an excellent performer. He has a very good tendency for the drama. He really becomes maybe the person that is sung about, he becomes that person on stage, and you can see that in the various shows over the years that he performed. And I think he is a very good frontman for IQ. His voice fits the music very good, and well, I just love to watch him and love to hear him sing. Now, although I like all of his performances, there's one little part particularly that I like. It's a very short part, and it's preceded by a beautiful instrumental part, again with some beautiful guitars by Michael Holmes, but it's a bit of the up-tempo section in Widow Speak. Well, have a look yourself. Okay, well, there's one guy left that I didn't mention yet, and I saved him for last because, well, he's a dear friend of mine. I don't know him just for IQ, but for a lot of other projects and bands he worked with. Unfortunately, after the show he left IQ. I'm talking of course about Mr. John Jowett on bass guitar. I was very happy that at least I got the chance to see him with IQ, the band he played with for 19 years. So it's sad that he's gone, but well, that's the way things go in life. And of course, well, Mr. Jowett will end up in some other musical venture someday, so we'll definitely hear more of him. But I'm really happy to see him on stage with IQ, of course. Well, one of my favorite parts on the show was the last track of the original Awake album, which is called Headlong. So, well, check out not just Mr. Jowett, but of course IQ, Headlong, the last track of the album. Okay, well, that was this one. Now, as I said and promised, I have something more, a whole track, because the CD ends here. Headlong, the last track of the album. The DVD has a little bit more to offer. There are a couple of bonus tracks on it. The Darkest Hour, Failsafe, and one of my favorites, but we'll come to that later. Now, of course, there's a very good chance you already have this album. Well, I still hope you enjoyed this review and, well, maybe saw some of your own highlights as well. At least I picked out a few pieces of the show that I enjoyed very much. If you don't have it, or you think, well, I have the album, it's good enough, buy it. It's a really good memento of the show. Well, it's just great to have, and of course, if you don't have it, you can always pick up this one, the Wake 25th Anniversary Edition, which is a beautiful set to have, and well, they all match together. So, well, that's up to you. I hope you like the music of IQ. I do very much. I think IQ is well, one of the pillars, one of the foundations in progressive rock. Well, they're going on for almost 30 years, and I hope that they add a few more years to that, but we'll see that. Now, one of the tracks they played in the encores, which is also included on the DVD, is one of my personal favorites from the Subterranea album. It's a very dark tale, and well, I was really surprised that they played it, and well, you can enjoy it in full, of course. It's called Infernal Chorus. Thank you for watching, and see you at the next video review.
angel of death. I will despise you until your last breath.